It's hard to believe that it's happening where we live, but we learned today from federal prosecutors that proves that human trafficking is underway in the mid-state. Our Steve Mailing reports on dozens of women who were promised a better life, but instead entered a nightmare.
8 Venezuelan nationals are facing federal charges. U.S. Attorney Robert Maguire says this is tied to a human trafficking operation here in Tennessee. We're told 2 of those 8 defendants used their affiliation with the gang Tren de Aragua in order to scare the victims into carrying out what they wanted them to do. The federal indictment says this was a years-long investigation that involves dozens of victims. According to court documents, the defendants tricked South and Central American women into coming to the United States with the promise of a better life. Instead, they were told they had skyrocketing debts to pay back after they were brought here and they were forced to have sex with strangers. We know this involved local, state, and federal partners. The indictment says the defendants brought these women to hotels and used online messaging and advertising to get buyers to the hotels where the victims were.
We are depending on the community to make a difference in the lives of very vulnerable women and girls who have been taken from their families under false pretenses and forced into the worst hell imaginable.
While there, law enforcement officials stress the importance of the community in making these investigations happen.
I want to reiterate that human trafficking is a real problem here in our community. Ignoring it will not make it go away. It cannot live in the shadows. We have to bring it to the light and hold those accountable who would do their crimes in the dark.
And Maguire tells us that the priority right now with his office is charging these defendants here in Nashville before having any talks of deportation. As for the victims, we're told they'll likely be set up with local organizations to help support them after such a traumatizing experience. Reporting here in downtown Nashville, Steve Mailing, WSMV4.